Hey Taurus, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for July 25th. Let's see what's going on with Taurus. The heart of your reading, we have a major shakeup. The Tower is front and center in what Spirit wants to discuss with Taurus today. Let's see what the challenge is. Death in reverse. You may have been avoiding a major ending for a long time, insisting on keeping up with the status quo. And if that status quo hasn't been serving you well, or you built this tower on a faulty foundation, if there were lies or false promises involved, then it was unstable and it needed to come down. I feel like avoiding this overdue ending was delaying the inevitable, in a sense. And now, coming to accept that the tower has crumbled is the challenge that you face. Let's see. What are we focused on? The Fool in reverse. You are worried that you'd put yourself in a precarious position, and you were resisting this ending because you thought you could make it work. You believed that it was stable enough to carry on well into the future. And when things started to crumble and fall apart, you really questioned your own judgment. Did I make a big mistake in trying to hold on to this? So the Fool in reverse is like trying to parse in the ramifications of what's unfolding around you and what that means for your own judgment. Like, do I have to change the way that I look at things now so that I don't miss the point again, or that I don't try to perpetuate an untenable situation again in the future? Because once it gets to the point of a tower moment, that means that Spirit and the universe and the divine have just showered you with opportunities to realize that an ending is about to occur. And it's when we just refuse to see the signs, refuse to accept or believe that this thing in our life needs to end. I mean, we human creatures detest change. So we will claw and scrape to hold on to whatever feels familiar. So I feel like don't be too hard on yourself is what I'm getting at. It's only human nature. In the recent past, we have Temperance in reverse. This is not believing that things are going to come together. And I think it's because you saw everything falling apart. All of the evidence was to the contrary. Like, why would you believe that everything is falling into place for you when it looks like your life is falling apart? It's this lack of belief or disillusionment with Spirit, where it's nearly impossible for you to witness your current environment and make the determination, oh, yeah, this is good. This is good. I accept this. I have faith that everything's working out. Let's see your higher self perspective. Six of Wands in reverse. You feel like Spirit just doesn't hear you, doesn't acknowledge you. You feel when you have fought the good fight that there's no sort of pat on the back or acknowledgement, but I'm getting this specifically from the divine realms. You are expecting for some sort of immediate tangible reward when you do things right. And when that doesn't show up, you question, did I do it right? Or is spirit failing me? The third option is the more likely, that that's just not how the relationship to the divine works. That when you do things right, it leads to more opportunities to grow and change and evolve. That alignment with divine timing and with the universe isn't a transactional rewards-based system the way that, our human bodies, our human brains would like to believe. We are so, especially in this modern age, trained to expect instant gratification and a rewards-based dopamine hit for good behavior. And that's more like devil energy, like an addiction-based energy in terms of the language of the tarot. So what I see here in the Six of Wands in reverse from your higher self perspective is not only that reflection on how you viewed things to this point, but it's also like settling in and absorbing the way that spirit is supporting you and loving you and guiding you. Starting to learn the language that spirit is speaking through your life and the way that they influence things for your good. In the near future, we have the Page of Cups. If there is a child in your story, then you're going to be heavily focused on them, their well-being, their emotional needs. There could come a very crucial time for them emotionally. It feels like a coming of age, like we all go through it as we're growing up, like the first time, like their first crush, or the first time their group of friends ostracizes them and they have to encounter hurt feelings and not understanding why their friends suddenly don't like them anymore. It's some sort of emotional first that I'm getting. Now, if you don't have a child in your situation, then this is an energy that's going to be expressing through you, through your inner child taking the reins in your life in some way and trying to guide your behavior so that you can reconnect with the things that used to bring you joy and happiness and fulfillment. Now, that might come in the form of remembering tough times as a child. Unfortunately, the way that memory works is we have a lot more sensory memory available to us from difficult or traumatic memories than we do happy ones. So I feel like, and you know what, I don't know where that's coming from. Now that I'm hearing myself say it, I'm questioning the validity of that. So I don't know, take that with a grain of salt, because my rational mind is questioning that right now. Because I feel like I've heard to the contrary, at least with physical pain. It may be that with physical pain, we forget it. We don't remember physical pain. And that's like a defense mechanism with the way memory works for us. But is it emotional pain things that are traumatic and difficult and embarrassing are the things that pop up into our memory and plague us. Okay, I think I'm making sense of it now. Having this opportunity to reawaken your inner child, or reconnect with the things that used to bring you joy and happiness when you were younger, I think may be prompted by memories of difficult times when you were younger. I think the reason that that's happening is so that you can dwell on that period of life and start remembering things that you would have otherwise forgotten. The difficult or traumatic memory is just Spirit's way of, like, it's the strongest thread that they can pull on to get you to point your memory in that direction and focus on that time in your life. So don't push it under the rug. Don't try and avoid thinking about it. Don't curse the divine, like, why are you making me think about that difficult time? There's a very intentional reason for this, and it's that there's something in that time. I'm getting like really simple, like, childhood answers. For me, it might be like when I was first trying to learn how to ride a bike. It was really difficult. I thought I would never get it. I kept falling over, and one time I really skinned my knee really badly. And I let my bike collect dust for months after that. I was so done with it. And that summer was also the summer that an ice cream truck started coming through my neighborhood. And I never got an allowance as a kid, but I was always given money for the ice cream truck. So that was like a small joy of like this particular, I think it was like, well, there were a few things that I liked. I didn't love the popsicles as much, but the, what was it called? Like a strawberry shortcake, vanilla ice cream with like coated with strawberry and vanilla and like pie crumb sort of topping. Anyway, that's what's Spirit's calling to mind for me, is like, for Taurus, Spirit may be reminding you of, oh, it was so difficult to learn how to ride a bike. Remember you skinned your knee really badly and you gave up on it? That's not the point of why they're pulling you to that memory. It's so that you remember the ice cream truck and your parents being kind to you and generous and always making sure you had money for the ice cream truck, right? So I use that example to share, like, extrapolate for you and your situation. I feel like in the near future, you'll have some memory pop up from childhood. Linger in that memory and wander around a bit. Try to recover some things that were really pleasant or fun. And maybe go out and buy yourself that popsicle or that strawberry shortcake ice cream dessert. Having that in your hand and tasting it would reconnect you with happier times or simpler times. I'm looking at the timer now and I'm realizing I just talked about that for a long time. Hey, if you're still with me, thanks for the dedication, sticking it out. Let's see, surprise energy. Oh, your friends are going to surprise you. The Three of Cups says that there's going to be a really happy time with friends, a sociable time, lighthearted, maybe celebrating something, maybe a birthday, or just a summer gathering with friends who haven't seen each other in a while. You will be able to share your stresses with them, and in that lighthearted environment, being able to say, you know, God, I've had this stressful thing going on in my life. Everyone's gonna like rally to your side and support you and say, don't worry, you've got this, Taurus. We believe in you. Let's share a dessert, or let's share a strawberry shortcake. Let's see. Your hopes and fears, we have the Four of Cups. You are hopeful that when things are offered to you, you don't feel like you need to automatically accept it because it's expected of you. And you're fearful that if you don't accept the offers, then they'll stop coming. Let's see the end result. Five of Wands. Okay. Things are going to increase in chaos. As your tower is crumbling and a lot of things are changing in your life, you're having to come to terms with some endings. It's going to feel like your actions are not leading to anything great. You're going to feel a sense of chaos. Whatever tasks need to be completed, it feels like nothing is making sense. I do this and another thing goes wrong, and I do that and it's not fixing the problem. This is a sign of things progressing in the right direction. Before you can start to rebuild and gain a sense of stability again, it's going to feel like you're spinning your wheels, you are constantly being met with opposition, and everything that you do is going to feel like a struggle. Show me advice. What advice do we have for a Taurus who doesn't want to feel like their life is full of chaos and everything they do is a struggle? You have the power to change your environment. The Eight of Cups is saying maybe the territory where you are now, where you're rebuilding, it's fine, but if you need to temporarily take a break, take a vacation, get to an environment that is new in an adventurous way, not new in a I've been here forever and I'm in the metaphorical ashes of my old life sort of way. Maybe a change of scenery is what you need in order to keep your emotional well-being moving in the right direction. So Taurus, I hope that helped. Have a great day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful and you'd like a personal reading, follow this link in the description box below and consider becoming a channel member for access to members-only readings and live streams.